Hi, fourth graders. Yes, you're in my kitchen again. I thought I'd show you what lesson we're going to work on. So it's 1310. The title of it is Problem Solving and Drawing a Picture. And I know when you hear draw a picture in math, you automatically think of the part-whole model as you've been trained. But today is actually a number line, and posted in the lesson link for 1310, you're going to find two teaching tools. Now it's teaching tool 20 and 21, and either one is fine to use. One is a ruler that you can build out of paper that's metric, and the other one is a ruler you can build from the standard form, so it's like inches. Okay, let's get started. We're going to film just a little differently today. I'm going to show you kind of working on paper. I have with me what might help you, again, is your ruler. So if you don't have one, I gave you rulers to use. You could also use the graph paper for the beauty of graph paper. Believe it or not, I don't have graph paper here. So I'm just using computer paper, and then I'm gonna show you how to do the whole ruler bit. Okay, so we begin 1310. All right, perfect. And then we're looking at our shadows here. Yes, I have a wonderful light man. He works for dinner, I suppose. All right, I have for you the problem that we're going to talk about. And if you've watched the video provided by Pearson on this lesson, it's about a bike path, and it's about an architect of a bike path and how they mark a certain parts of it. And I couldn't figure out why they would mark a bike path with 0.4, and then as soon as I got into the lesson, I understood. So if you hang in there with me, I'll help you understand too, because it's kind of strange. So this one's titled 1310 Problem Solving Drawing a Picture. So Olivia is making a drawing of a bike path. She made a mark for 0.2 miles because that is the location of a shelter. And when I think of a shelter, I think of like a little place you can pull over. So I'm just going to draw a little shelter to show you. Okay, that's the shelter. There is a water fountain at 0.6 miles. So I want you to take a look. If we have, and I did not bring my highlighter, but I did bring an orange pen. Hopefully that'll work. So let's highlight the numbers in this. Okay, so I see 0.2 and 0.6. And I want you to start that thinking, what do these numbers have in common? And you're probably thinking, well, 2 is a factor of 6. Okay, they are compatible with each other. And 2 is a factor. So let's just see if we could do this. So my bike path is drawn here. Our number line always starts with a 0, and I just led it in this direction as far as I could go. So if you have your ruler ready, you could use any kind of measurement you want as long as it's equal increments. So on my number line, I actually used a 1/2 inch mark. So if this was 0.2, what if we did another 1/2 inch mark? What would that mean? Does it mean another 2? Sure it does. So this would be another 2. So we add 0.2 plus 0.2, and you get 0.4. Now the number we're trying to aim for is 0.6. So let's do it again. Okay, lining up my ruler here. Let's go another 1/2 inch. Each time I'm doing this, I'm jumping 2 in my head. So counting by 2 is 2, 4. There we go, 6. At 6 miles, there's a water fountain. So if you wanted to get creative, you could put like a little do water fountain. I don't know, looks kind of like a bomb. So we're going to break this down just a little bit more. So that's the drawing that you're going to have to provide. So what information are you given? You guys have walked this process through with me many times. So what information are you given? Okay, there's a shelter, right, at 0.2 miles in the bike path. What are you asked to find? Where, whoops, oh, one of the beauties here, I'm writing in these really slick erasable pens that I have at my house. Where is a water fountain located? And the water fountain, it says, there's a water fountain at 6.0. Where's the water fountain located on the number line? Or 0.6, okay? How can you use what is already shown on the drawing to find where 0.6 miles is? So again, we talked about even increments. So you go 2, 4, 6. Our bike path continue on, it counts by 2s, 8, and you can estimate with your ruler, 10, 12, and you can keep going. Just notice the pattern that's already beginning for you. Let's say there's another problem here I'm going to read to you, and another line I'm going to draw. It says, draw a new number line on your sheet. Mark 0 and 0.3. Okay, so we're going to just draw a number line. You can use your graph paper for this. Remember, number lines start at 0. And I'm going to say my number line keeps going, so I'm going to put that arrow there. And it says mark 0.3. Okay, so I'm just going to go, if I looked at my ruler, just out of curiosity, maybe I'll use the inches this time. I'll say, this looks like 0.3 on my number line. Okay. It says then mark 0.6. So again, if we're counting by 3s, that is 3, then what would you say would be the 6 mark? That's right, 2, 0.6. So as long as it is equal in its distance, you'll be fine. So that's the drawing to support it. And you're going to be getting, like if we did our first problem, our guided practice, I'm going to flip my paper over, see? Okay. The first problem on guided practice says, look at the path below. So I'm going to draw you the path. So the path looks like this. It's another line. Has a 0, has an arrow, and it's marked at 0.4. That's where it stops. Here's the question, and you can follow along with me on your book. So this is GP, and this is number 1. Okay. So again, use your graph paper. If they give you something, draw it out, and then continue that even incremental movement. It says, look at the hiking path below. Carla begins at the starting point and walks 0.8 miles. Where on the drawing could Carla end her walk? So again, Carla begins at the starting point. So I don't know if this is the starting point or this is the starting point, but it gives us a 0.4. So maybe she starts here. So let's put Carla. Carla's walking on her trip. Okay. And they give us a hint. So this would be called the hint. And Carla is supposed to continue walking in this direction to 0.8. So we're looking for 0.8. Where is that? Well, let's use the ruler. Well, I didn't quite get even. Well, it's kind of even enough. So in this case, my ruler, and that's why it's probably going to be easier to use graph paper, I said 1.5. So I'm just going to jump to 1.5. What do you know about 0.8 and 0.4? That's right. 0.4 is half of 0.8. So let's just use that same measurement. I got lucky there. Maybe it's best to start with a drawing. Okay, and I'm going to say this is 0.8. So here's where Carla finishes. And I'll go finish. Oops. That's it. So where would she put 0. On that number line? That's it. Hey, don't forget, you've got a couple of rulers. I've given you paper rulers. You're going to have to assemble them if you don't have one at home. Or you could just find your ruler at home or use graph paper, even better. All right? You guys have fun. Draw those pictures. Bye.